Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dask Summit. My name is Matthew Rockland, and I'm one of the many community organizers behind Dask. Over the last few years, Dask has seen tremendous growth. This is due to you, and your different communities, and the different problems that you solve. It's this breadth of user base and variety of problem that make Dask what it is today, a highly versatile and highly pragmatic tool. At the same time, as you can imagine, trying to solve all of these problems for these different groups all at the same time can be incredibly challenging. But it's that pressure, that variety, that helps to shape Dask into the tool and into the community that it is today, much like the broader Python and PyData stack. In order to solve these problems, a lot of you roll up your sleeves and contribute code back to either Dask itself or to one of the hundreds of associated packages that rely on Dask. But what I love about this community is that we're not just developers writing software to write software, we're all trying to solve interesting and hard problems that are relevant for our society. And it's this mix of very sharp development practices along with very pragmatic end goals that really make us who we are today. That's what gets me excited. This conference shows both sides of our community, mixing talks about highly technical topics in Dask, along with others about how those features get used to solve real-world problems. It's this interplay that gives all of our work a lot of meaning and impact. It's why I'm excited to be here with you. And so when I see the schedule that we've accumulated today, I get really excited. There's a lot of great content here that we're all a part of together, that we all participate in. The schedule this year is composed of talks, tutorials, and workshops. You can see this at summit.dask.org/schedule. You'll notice that the time span of this conference stretches beyond any single time zone's comfort. This reflects the global nature of our community. Don't worry, all talks will be recorded and made available to attendees the following day. Following the summit, all videos will be posted to the Dask YouTube channel. If you want to get a head start, there's some older content there already. You can change the times in the schedule to a time zone of your choice using the selector at the top. Dask has always been a place for different domains to converge and interact. You'd be surprised how often banks and climate scientists and city planners and biologists all run into the exact same technical problems. You'd also be surprised how often they reinvent the same solutions. What's been amazingly rewarding about working in Dask and Python is that all of these groups get to come together occasionally at conferences like these. You're going to be in the same room with some of the sharpest, brightest people across every domain in the world. I highly encourage you to talk to them and see if you can pass some solutions between each other. I also encourage you to watch talks and participate in workshops that are outside of your immediate comfort zone. I'd be surprised if you didn't learn something that you could take home. Interaction within the Dask Summit happens in a few different forms. First, all talks will be done in Zoom, where there's a standard chat session to ask questions. Additionally, we encourage attendees to participate in the Dask Slack Workspace. There will be one Slack channel for the entire talk series, as well as a separate Slack channel for every tutorial and every workshop. Links for all of these will be distributed before the conference starts. We're doing something different this year with workshops. So Dask participates in what I call federated anarchy. There are many different sub-communities in Dask, all of which do their own thing and all of which organize each other. It's part of our strength. It's part of our growth. The workshops are designed to give those sub-communities a place to organize their own spaces. These are typically a few hours long, and they're organized independently within the conference. There's a lot of creativity being expressed here. We encourage you to attend workshops. Additionally, each of these workshops will have their own Slack channel. These channels will persist after the conference and are designed to serve as seeds for future collaboration. Finally, we'll also be using GatherTown. GatherTown is a really fun way mixing video conferencing with sort of a 2D gaming interface. It allows people to segment socially and spatially so that we can have lots of small independent conversations, very similar to the hallway track in conferences that we all know and love. It's a ton of fun. I highly recommend it. While GatherTown will be available throughout the conference, there are also a few special times which we're encouraging people to meet up ahead of time. These are right after the keynote talks. There will be a higher density of attendees during that time, and it's a good time to show up, see who's around, and find an old friend or make a new one. There's also some social events we're organizing, including trivia, which is a lot of fun. We've been doing it in our company. It's great. Dask has always been a remote first and a global community. I'm excited about experimenting with new ways of connection, but a lot of this stuff is new for all of us. So things are likely to go wrong. If at any point you need to get in touch with conference organizers, you have a few options. First, you can email us at summit@dask.org. You can also raise issues in the Dask Summit organizers Slack channel, or always there's the github.com/dask/community issue tracker, which is useful for all sorts of Dask events. I also encourage you to read through Dask's community's code of conduct. This is available in our governance repo at github.com/dask/governance. If anything arises, please let us know at conduct@numfocus.org or by submitting a form at summit.dask.org/conduct. Finally, I want to thank our corporate sponsors. In no particular order, Coiled, Capital One, NVIDIA, Saturn, Quantsite, Google, Intel, Microsoft, Anaconda, Prefect, MakePath, Snowflake, Cicero, MetroStar, and 2 Sigma. They made this event possible, and we thank them for their continued support of the Dask community, both in this event and generally. Most of those organizations support Dask through donated engineering time. When your issue isn't getting solved, those are the groups that are actually working to resolve that problem. And finally, I also want to thank NumFocus. NumFocus put this event together, much like how they managed the PyData conference series. They're also the fiscal sponsor behind the Dask project. Dask would not be the way it is without them. That's it. I don't know about you, but I've had a really busy last few weeks. I'm looking forward to just taking a couple days off and hearing from all of you about what we've all been doing over the last few years. I look forward to seeing you in all of the events. Cheers.